Hi, this is Jen of the Kick-Ass Website Coach, and this is a tutorial on how to use Google Drive. It is a product of Google. It's free to use, and it is part of what formerly was called Google Docs. It's a very robust platform where you can create documents and all kinds of stuff. But what we're going to look at today is how to use an online form to gather information from clients or to do polls online, those kind of things. So I'm inside of my Google account and I have gone to my Google Drive, and it takes you to this opening page. And I'm going to go over here to the Create button, and you can see when I click on it, I have options to make different things. What we're looking for here is to create a form. And we're just going to click on that. Brings up a new window, and there's actually quite a few things that you can do here. Let's take a look at the different themes. This is what your clients would see when they pull it up. You can see there's lots of different kind of templates for the way that it would look. And there are 97 different forms. You can see lots and lots of different styles and settings. We're just going to pick one. Actually, we'll just, I'm not sure where I went. We'll pick this one. Alright, and so you have to tell it to apply. Okay, so this is where you basically enter in any of the questions that you want people to answer through the form. We're just going to do like one or two things so I can show you what all can be done. The title of this form is, we're just going to call it the reason I'm making this video is specifically for a product that I'm creating called the Kick-Ass Coaches Toolkit, and it's going to include a whole bunch of forms for coaches to give to their clients when they first sign up and then as they're going through the coaching process. And one way that you can use those forms is to use the questions that are on there and put them into a form maker like this one. So you give your form a title. This could be an intake, coaching intake, or if you're going to do a poll, you would want to be specific about what kind of a poll it is. If you're taking a website poll for to find out what your visitors use most for social media, you would call it something related to that. So in this area you can type in pretty much anything you want. It says that right here. You can give them instructions like but you can go for a lot more than that, and you can expand this so that it's easier to see just by clicking on that corner down there. You can expand it so it's easier to type. You can copy and paste text. I'm going to go grab some lorem ipsum. If you're not familiar with that, with what that is, it's what a lot of people use to put in dummy text on new websites, just so they can get an idea of what things look like. So, yeah, I know it says none of that's spelled right because it's in Latin. Okay, so anyway, and then your first question, you can see when you scroll down over this, it highlights it. And over on this side of the page, there's a button to edit. You can duplicate this question, so let's do that real quick. If we click on it, you can see created a second question. And then you can trash it if you decide you don't want that question on there after you get done with it. So And let's do that. We're going to trash that question and see we're back to the sample one question. Let's edit this one. We're going to say and then for help text, like if you want them to list first and last name, you would do that. And then you have different options for what they can list. If you want to give them quite a bit of space because you ask for a long form question, you can do that. It's called paragraph text. Just a regular text, like which would be fine for somebody listing their name. You can give them checkboxes with options. You can let them choose from a list. Aha! These are a little bit new since I've used it last. It looks like what this would be is if you put in 5 choices, they have the option to choose something from one of those 5 options, or to put them in order. And I'm not sure, I'd have to play with that a little bit more. Same thing with the grid. I'm not familiar with it, but there's definitely a choice there, and that's awesome. So when you're done, we're just going to make this a text. You have to click the done button right here, and if you want them to have to answer this, let's say it's a coaching intake form, you need to know their first and last name. That would definitely be required, so we're going to click done. And now you can see it looks like first and last name. Let's go quickly edit this one as well. Okay, so I'm a business coach a lot of the time, or a website coach. I need to know their business type. And so is it a blog? Is it coaching? Is it direct sales? Etc. I'm going to give them a paragraph here to choose from. I'm going to make that required also. Okay, so let's just go take a look at what this looks like. We're going to click save before we do anything else. And then we're going to look at well, let's do this. I'm going to show you how to add another item. So if you want to add another question, you can come down here and choose whichever one you wanted to add. So text, you can add as many as you want, and then you can always edit them once you come down here. So we can turn this into a paragraph. You can see this one we didn't get a name put on it. Okay, so after you've had people coming in and answering your questions, you can come directly to this page and you can look at the summary of their answers, which I don't have any, so it's not going to show me, but you can see where their answers would be right here. And then you could also see it in a spreadsheet format. And so their answers would show up in each of the boxes underneath there. Let's click the share button and see what that does. Okay, it takes us to Google Plus, which I'm not ready to share there yet, so we're not going to do that. We can email this form. This is probably only going to work if you already have a Gmail account. Okay, and so it's saved. We're going to go back to our Google Drive main page, and we can click on this, and you can see that it already displays it just in the layout here. As I get answers, they would show up here. I think, yeah, okay, if you click on form, you can go to the live form. So this is what your clients would see, okay? So you can see, you know, the name of it, and then any instructions that you had here, and it says that anything with the little red star next to it is a required answer. And so all they have to do is come down here and enter their answers. And then they just click on submit. Okay, here's another aspect that I didn't get to, but you can actually put in a personalized response in this box here. Just have to figure out where. Edit confirmation. So right here you can say and then publish that and click save. And now when I go back here and I enter more answers, and I click submit, I see what I just typed into that other thing. Now, here's the thing. Okay, when I clicked on publish response summary, that is what this is right here. So if I want to see what everybody else has answered, if I'm taking a poll, that would be great. I can see everybody else's poll results after they have taken the poll too, and after I have taken the poll. However, if you're using this as a coaching form, you don't want other people to see other people's responses, so you don't want that clicked, okay? And so you would just click save again if you want to change that. So let's go back and take a look at what this looks like. Okay, so I'm going back to my form. Let me just show you. Let's go back to Google Drive. Okay, here's my form. You can see it's been published, and so it shows up differently now. When it takes us straight to this form, or straight to the summary, you can see this person's response, this person's, you can see their answers all the way across. If you wanted to see the summary, you can click here, and then you can click on show summary of responses, and then you'll get to see kind of everybody's stuff is mashed together. Jen B and Alex B answered. Here's one set of answers. Here's the next set of answers. They're separated by a little bit of a background color. And then there's also a graph to show you how many people have responded per day. So I'm sure there's more to it than that, but those are definitely the basics for getting started with using Google Drive for an